Greetings and welcome to Prosperous Universe. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks now. I want to say a couple of weeks. No, it's not even that. It's been a week or so since the whole governing system went through. So let's take a quick look at that screen, shall we? It has been. That's the wrong screen, but that helps us out. Let's see. It has been. Interest center, please. Start, and yes, it started 8 days ago. So it's been 8 days, 23 hours since the governing system kicked in, and we now have our first set of data. So let's look at the fee data, shall we? At 10% across the board with 50, which is still the lowest we can put them. Actually, no, check it. Yeah, 10 to 30, 50 to 80. Yeah, 50. So that is the lowest we can put them, and we cannot get them any lower than that, which is really annoying because if you look over at Bertha, at their rules, appears that the Bertha can go down to 0 on all of their ICAs. Wow, nice. Bertha can go down to 0, and even on their base fees and time factors, they can go to 0. But if you look at ours, the lowest we can go is 10. So it appears that the outer worlds can go down to 0, but the core worlds can only go down to 10, which is something I wasn't expecting to see, to tell you the truth. I was expecting to have either full control over it or every planet have the same basic ruling. Anywho, now we know that information. Yeah, so wrong one. Okay, so this is our screen. We have 21 minutes until the next dividend payout, which is why I thought I'd do this video right now. And we can see that we have 74,707. Let me just copy that. Pop that into our sheet. I made a little sheet for government stuff. There we go. And boop. Okay, no, not boop. Boop. There we go. Today's date is. What the hell is today's date? 5/1/2020. Wow, it is 2020. That is still 12,500. Which is not going to convert to decimals for some reason. Sure, you do you, game. You do you. 2 decimals, please. Thank you. Alright, so it is that divided by 16. That's our 16 corporation members in the group. There we go. That's going to be 0 because that doesn't pay out for some reason. Alright, 2 decimal places, please. We know you don't do that. There you go. Actually, all of you should be 2 decimal places. Boop, boop. Alright, so that is the amount we collected in fees so far. 8 days. So it's a fair amount of money being collected, and it gets split by 16 because we have 16 members in the organisation, which means I have access to that amount of money, which is basically running 2 ships to Montum and back. So that's it gives you an idea what you can do with that amount of money. 2 grand is about enough to run a ship to Montum and back again. It's about 2 grand. Is it 2 grand there or 2 grand both ways? I have a flight list for this one when I was calculating prices. When I haven't updated fuel prices in a while, I'll put it that way. Promitor to Montum will set you back 1,400 ICA at a price of 8 and 8. Actually, what is the current price of fuel? I haven't looked at fuel prices for a while. I bought a lot of fuel a while ago, and 9 and 9. Okay, 9.2 on FF and 9.64. So 9.2 and 9.64. So yeah, it'll set you back about 2 grand to get there, and 2 grand to get back. So with the 4 grand you got there, that's a trip to Montum and back again. So what I would do myself is I would take goods with me to Montum, and then Krakatoa, sell those for myself, and then bring goods back for the community with me and put them straight to exchange at really low prices. So in essence, it's 2 trips because I would only want to use the payout fee for the returns. So if you have anything at all you would like me to bring back from Montum or Krakatoa, let me know, and I'll send a ship out that way, pick some stuff up, and bring it back relatively cheap. By relatively cheap, I mean I'll put it up there for whatever I pay for it. So let's say it's go out there and grab some I don't know, iron, which is not viable because it's heavy stuff, but go and get some iron, go to Montum, pick up a ship of iron, bring it back, sell it for the purchase price, and not include the fuel costs because the fuel costs are covered by the fees which is a very good way of doing it. Speaking of stuff we've been doing so far, though, there has been liquids over on Promitor, a little bit of a water shortage. Well, the massive increase in player base increased the consumption of water, so the price of water shot up to 29. So it's basically 30 per unit right now. It was about 32 earlier, but it's staying quite high up at 30. Now I remember way back when it was down like 12 per unit. So yeah, it used to be way down here on unit prices. So it's gone up quite substantially since people have come into the community and playing the game, which is great that the consumption goes up, but we do need more supply of cheaper H2O. To facilitate that, I use some of the earlier fees. Wrong button. I've used some of the early fees to expand the H2O production. So my actual layout here is stable with 4 rigs. I can hold this thing on its own at 4 rigs. The additional 2 rigs here, which run on a 4-day cycle, they dump out excess, pure excess, and that excess is going to be dumped straight onto the Promitor market at 20, or well, I'll be aiming for 20, but if there's actually somebody selling below 20, I will drop it below 20 just to keep the prices round. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep the prices aimed around 20, and the hope is that other people will follow suit and help bring the price down to 20 and hold it around 20 to spur on the rest of the market to do their jobs at a reasonable price. That being said, what's my current excess? Because it's not done a full cycle yet, but I do have some excess. So in 7 hours I'll produce 160. I need 400 for my normal production in 17 hours. So I have 425 now. Let's have a quick. We have 425 now. We're producing 160 in 7 hours, and then we need 400. So it's that plus that is a current stock available. That minus that is what we've got excess this turn round, and obviously in 20 hours we'll have an extra 160 to put on the market, which will be good. And we'll have a whole bunch. Well, I need to calculate up stuff, but that's what we got free there. Anything over here? They got 4 days to the farms effect. So that is my pure excess, is 185 from having the extra rigs up and running so far. So 185 at the price of 20, and it'll get to carbon for you. We'll grab 10 units of that at that price, and then anybody who wants to buy it can just up their price to 20, and the price of H2O is now at a reasonable level. There we go. And so I'll be dumping approximately 200 every couple of days, well, it's every 4 days, but I'll be trying to do it a bit more regular. So I'll be keeping a very close eye on my production and dumping out what I can as I can onto the market a bit more. I'm hoping to. I don't know how much I'll be able to do per day, because actual rigs, 2 extra rigs on a per day basis. So that'll be put 2 days on here. I should be able to put out 80 water per day onto the actual exchange. I may not do it every single day. I might wait a bit longer, put like 160 out every 2 days or something like that. But you get the idea that we can put out roughly 80 units a day to the market, and that should help spur the market on a little bit and hopefully bring the water prices down. Where's the CX Promitor? As you can see, I've already done it once before at 25 when I first set things up, but now we are pushing down at 20. I'm going to try and hold at 20 now if we can, basically for as long as we can. I've also been bringing iron over. My iron and iron ore supply has been producing a little bit of excess, so I sold a load of iron at very low prices on Promitor in the meantime, just prior to the collection, but I ran out of excess iron. But I do have excess iron ore, so there's some iron ore there at a nice low price. Let's actually see what's actually happening over there. It might actually not be. Yeah, so it was 125 per block, and we're brought down to 100 per block, so that's hopefully going to help out a lot as well. Project Alpha, are you new? I don't recognize your name. 3 months, nice. You've been around for a little bit. I like to see new players building up the times. Excellent. So we'll be doing stuff and we're getting things on the way, and the bases are basically going on. But most importantly for you guys, for the openness of this, that's what we've made right there. Oh, we're 13,000. New corp member came in today. There we go. Yeah. So that's what we've brought in so far. Actually, that's not true because we did a little payout as a test run earlier. That's what we brought out so far as a value 75,507.82. The numbers do go up quite nicely. Obviously, the fees are at the lowest possible, so if someone was to take over the governorship and put these up to, say, well, what's the maximum? 150? If they were to put them to 30, if they were to put them to 30, that would go up so fast. Because, I mean, it'd basically be 3 times that value so far. So, yeah. But overall, I think things are going well. Fees are low as I can. I've been doing a little bit stuff about the local economies at low values. I mean, I could easily charge 30 for that and get sales. So that's hopefully going to help bring the prices down. Usually, what I find when someone comes in and puts something at 20, you tend to get like 19.99 goes below it, 19.98, and then you get like 21 above it, just for hope to catch the sales afterwards. So hopefully we'll see that. Actually, that's what happened when I first set the 20 up the last time around. There was loads around 20 then. People just wanted to sort of match the price. Then all that water's been consumed because people want to buy the water at a decent price, and only left all the really expensive waters sat there. But yeah, so wow, I didn't even see that one. I put 57. Jeez. Okay, so yeah, there's the prices. That's what's been happening. That's the who is that anyway? Schengen. Who don't know Schengen? Schengen. Oh, Prodigy. Oh yeah. Hey, Prodigy. Prodigy. Is that how you pronounce it, Prodigy? I don't know. Prodigy is one of the older members of the community. Been around from the past run as well. So. A very experienced player there. Let's have a look. Where go. But there we go. So for people wanting to know how the back-end systems work, there's still no additional features available, but the fees are as low as we can put them. And that's how we can change right now. I don't know how they've done it, but over on Bertha, they were able to separate Bertha from the Inzista cooperative. And if I knew how they did it, which would be great if you'd let me know, I would try to separate the Promitor, but I don't think that's even possible on a core world. Okay, so that's all of that done. Now, the quick the quick thing for me is, if you have anything you would like me to do or information you would like to know, either drop me a comment below this video and I will reply to it as soon as I have the information available for you, or if you feel more inclined to do it in-game, which is fine for immersion purposes, go to the bottom corner here where it says CONS 219 players right now. Click on that and then scroll all the way down to me. Where am I? Oh no, P. There we are. And I'm almost always online, so you should be able to find me relatively easily. Click on that and you'll find my company, well, for my account. Press contact user and then you can start a conversation. There's a private message and you can actually talk to me, send me and say, hey, how do I do this? Or hey, could you look into this for us? Or could you do that? And we'll see what we can do and help people out. So if you have a private message or requests, either send me a message in game or send me a message via the comments below this video, and I will look into doing whatever it is we can do to help. What am I rating, by the way? AAB. My stability is B. That stability, I have no idea how that stability works. It's all over the shop, I tell you. Okay. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you've gained more information on how this system works behind the scenes, and I hope to show you more in the future when they expand the feature set. My next video will most likely be in only a few days, actually, as my plan right now is to rebuild pretty much all of the WN599 Alpha. It does require me to build some resources, so I'm right now building all these prefabs pretty much for my own upgrades, because I have a lot of buildings that need upgrading. Give you an example, this extractor is currently running at 63%, which is really not good. So how are these doing? These are at 75% and these are at 63%. So yeah, they're not doing well on their health. They need replacing. That's the plan. I have the INF on its way in. I purchased it, it's on its way in right now for delivery. And the sealant is currently on its way to Promitor, I believe. Sealant's in the kayak. Yep, sealant's in the kayak, along with some polyethylene, and that's all there from here. I just need to pick up some MCG and make the prefabs to rebuild these. So the next video you'll see will be hopefully me tearing down this entire base and rebuilding it pretty much in its current form. Actually, maybe add an extra smelter in there to help convert more of the FEO, but I don't feel that's going to be helpful because we don't produce much excess. So I don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, we'll find that out when we come to rebuild the base. But until then, until next time, if you have any questions, just drop a DM via the con system or drop a message comment in the below the video. So until then, comments in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.